Snipers, you have to see what's happening to the cryptocurrency market today as the Bitcoin bulls have reclaimed the 200 period moving average on the daily chart with Bitcoin back above 40,000 US dollars. And when we look at the 4-hour chart, which we know the smaller time frames tend to morph into the larger time frames, we are testing a major resistance at 41,950, and it looks like Bitcoin could potentially come up and test the weekly open at 46,500, but realize that this is an extremely volatile period, and so we're going to see wild swings to the upside and to the downside. So I want to talk about what I'm expecting for Bitcoin, and exactly as we've been talking about on the Snipers channel, altcoins are doing extremely well. And when we look at the weekly chart for the total cryptocurrency market cap chart, notice here how we saw an extremely bullish retest of the 20-week moving average, which we like to call home base, of course. And now we're seeing this extremely bullish weekly tail on the candle. And I want to talk about why I'm still expecting upside for altcoins. A lot of people have been saying that it's the start of Bitcoin season and altcoin season is over, and so I want to address why I don't believe as an umpire that altcoin season is over and that Bitcoin dominance is just going to suddenly out of nowhere start trending up when others' dominance is above the 50-day moving average right now. And when we look at Bitcoin dominance, we are rejecting this previous weekly open. So I'm going to talk about why I don't expect altcoin season to end. And as you guys know, I've been incorporating altcoins into our videos more often. So we'll look at an altcoin portfolio. I'll talk about infrastructure projects as well as DeFi and what I'm specifically looking at, because altcoins are clearly the beneficiary of the capital flowing into the cryptocurrency market right now. You guys are watching the Snipers channel. My name is Naeem Al-Obeidi. If you appreciate this content, remember to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. And first, I want to talk about what's happening to Bitcoin. So we know that we saw this capitulation over the last week that took us all the way down to 30,000 US dollars. There are a lot of rumors spreading around that this was institutions fighting against each other, trying to liquidate positions. But here on the Snipers channel, we look at the charts. And so the fundamentals are important. However, for me, the chart is way more important. And so far, from the top of Bitcoin to where we've currently come down, it's been a over 50% drop, and we are below the 200-day moving average on an extremely bullish asset. And the fundamentals have not changed for Bitcoin. And of course, we all know here the previous all-time high around the 20,000 US dollar area is coming into the equation. You can see if we break 36,500 and we start to come back down towards that $30,000 level, the next major support level is 23,795, just above the previous all-time high from 2017. And if you look at Bitcoin's past cycles, I'm not going to go through that in this video. Every time Bitcoin has broken an all-time high, it's never come down to retest that all-time high. And so we could assume right now that this is the bottom, as I talked about yesterday, and that buying the dip was the best thing to do. And the reason I say that is if we come into the smaller time frames where everything starts to morph and then translates into the larger time frames, on the 6-hour, you can see we saw institutional type buy volume when we came into this pocket in the low 30,000s. And also notice here on the 4-hour chart how we are starting to test this $41,950 level, and we never closed any 4-hour candles below 38,000. And I talked about that being the bullish confirmation yesterday that this was potentially the bottom, and I think that's still on the table. However, if there is downside, I'm expecting it to come in two different ways. Number one, we either come down and form a higher low and continue upwards, or we form a lower low and continue upwards. And so I don't believe that there is more downside at this point than there is upside for Bitcoin in the midterm, because if we start to inch above 41,950, I believe we're going to come up to 46,500 to test the weekly open, since there's only one level that's acting as a roadblock until we get to that weekly open. If we get above 41,950, which Bitcoin has already done with a wick on the 4-hour, and if we start to head towards this weekly open, a confirmation that we could potentially see the $60,000 level or around that area, specifically the $58,300 level, is going to be if Bitcoin's price is able to get above 46,500. I would expect Bitcoin to come to test 58,300. And from there, we either come down or from there, we break out to new all-time highs. And so understand that if this does start to happen, we know what happens when Bitcoin consolidates. Altcoins love to move. And I talked about this in the end of December. This altcoin season is very different than any other altcoin season because there's actual use case. DeFi has revolutionized the financial industry, and you have the Federal Reserve publishing articles about decentralized finance and the applications of it and how advanced and revolutionary it is. So we'll look at altcoins in just a sec, but I do want to cover Ethereum, and then we'll look at my favorite altcoins list. I've been loving your comments, by the way. Continue to put your altcoins in the comments. I'm going to do more in-depth altcoin analysis, but today I'm just going to do an overall portfolio since the market is down. And if Bitcoin confirms upside, then we could expect even more upside for altcoins. So quickly to talk about Ethereum, for those watching Ethereum right now, notice how we're back inside of this channel. We talked about this channel for the last 3 months as being a place where anytime we come below this channel, Ethereum is, do you guys remember, a great long opportunity. And that has proven to continue to be true. And every time we're inside of this channel, it's a consolidation phase for Ethereum, and anytime we've been above this channel, it's been an indicator that Ethereum has been overbought, and this has been the trend since the start of this year. And so this is something that we've been looking at for a while for those tuned into the Cypress channel. If we get above the monthly open right now, we're showing confluence with this resistance at $2,777 I believe Ethereum could head towards 3,500, and of course it is acting stronger than Bitcoin right now, up over 1% against Bitcoin, and the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart is still above 65,000 Satoshis, giving it the green light to potentially head towards the 85,000 Satoshi level, since this is a major support. And so Ethereum is still the better asset, in my opinion, for this current cycle into Q3 and Q4. And then we look at the total cryptocurrency market cap chart. This is the reason I want to talk about altcoins in just a sec. We came down to test home base, the 20-week moving average, garden variety market behavior. We're seeing a bullish wick right now, and you can also see we're fighting to get back above $1.75 trillion in total cryptocurrency market cap. If this is the bottom and we came down to the 200-day moving average for a bullish retest, the confirmation will come at that $2 trillion level for us to see further upside for the total cryptocurrency market cap chart, and at which point I believe altcoins are going to be the better performer if that happens. And so understand that when we see these dips, institutions are taking money out of some assets and then buying the dip with other assets, right? And so we just want to always monitor and think like an institution. And so with others' dominance, I don't see anything bearish right now. And that's why a lot of people are saying that we're entering a bearish trend. And I'm going to talk about some of my favorite altcoins for those. And I love your comments once again. Keep commenting. That'll also enter you into the giveaway to win this book. And so with others' dominance, because we're above this 50-day moving average, I'm still expecting upside for altcoins. And here's my altcoin list that I want to talk to you guys about. So first, I have infrastructure projects that are going to have use case in the near future, or at least seem to be heading that way. And so of course we have Cardano and Polkadot and Binance coin here at the top, of course Ethereum being number one, but Ethereum is such a big market cap that there's a lot more upside with these other coins. And so I want to talk about some of the altcoins that I'm personally dollar cost averaging in and holding and watching. So first is infrastructure. And so right now, when we look at the foresight of this market, I'm really looking into what the Cardano ecosystem has to offer. And into Q3 and Q4, these are the projects I'm going to be watching when it comes to altcoins and the small market cap segment. And so stay tuned on our channel if you guys want to get that in-depth analysis, because I have fundamental analysts that are going to be doing a lot of deep research, and I'll handle all of the on-chain metrics. So that's what I'm watching into Q3, Q4. Right now, though, of course, infrastructure projects are already seeing a lot of use case. You have DeFi with Ethereum, hundreds of billions of dollars locked into DeFi right now. These are the number one projects. And then beyond that, I do have some legacy coins here. I like Litecoin, Zcash. They have a lot of adoption with exchanges and stores. And so that to me is a green light. And then of course, the DeFi. And so we've got Uniswap, Aave, Compound, a lot of use case. Venus, right? That's like the Compound for Binance Smart Chain, which is a third layer solution. I'm not too involved with other third layer solutions. I really want to stick to the fundamental infrastructure projects right now. And of course, the ones that also, and altcoins outside of that, I'm looking at ones that are either legacy coins that have been oscillators and not degenerates. And so this is my altcoin list. And then we come down, and some of these, this is organized from the top to bottom. And so I hope that was some good insight. I know it wasn't too in-depth, but I will go into more in-depth altcoin analysis for you guys here soon, so stay tuned for that. And then I want to talk about what's happening to traditional markets. The DXY ranging in between this major support area, because we didn't get above this previous weekly open, as I mentioned in my video yesterday. If the DXY stays in this area, that's the most positive scenario we could have, because when the DXY is not moving too much, it allows assets to breathe, and it allows the market to really start fairly valuing those assets. And so DXY is looking calm. The S&P 500 showing good price action coming towards this weekly and monthly open. Nothing to be concerned about above the 50-period moving average on the daily chart. So all of these puzzle pieces lead me to assume that Bitcoin is in the right environment to see upside if it really wanted to. And then gold heading up. We are monitoring this gold to Bitcoin chart, retesting the 2017 highs. And if something starts to develop here, we will monitor this. But I am expecting this to see some action towards this weekly open and maybe potentially bounce from there. So once again, I appreciate each and every one of you guys tuned into our channel. If you want to win one of my favorite books on investing, Principles by Ray Dalio, comment below and share this video. And remember, I'm heading over to Bitcoin Miami June 4th to June 5th. If you want to attend Bitcoin Miami, the link is in the description below. I highly recommend you guys get to Bitcoin Miami. I will be hosting a special meet and greet for all of you snipers, and I will announce that next week. Michael Saylor will be there, Jack Dorsey, the founder of Twitter, Tony Hawk once again, and many other founders, a lot of friends of mine. And so I'd love to see some of you guys there. The link is in the description below for Bitcoin Miami, June 4th to June 5th. This isn't a paid promotion. I genuinely cannot wait for one of the largest cryptocurrency conferences in the world. And I do want to pick a giveaway winner for Principles. If you want to win, once again, just comment below and share this video. Let's go ahead and choose Wendy Anash. Says, love your gifting skills, education, insights, positive approach, and always holding ladder steady. Thanks, Naeem from Tasmania. Wow, Tasmania. Well, I unfortunately can't get a book to you, but good job with at least trying. That's the least you could do, right? Let's see. Unfortunately, international is harder. Jimmy says, there's so much manipulation going on in the last few weeks that accurate TA is extremely difficult. You want a book, even though you have a neutral comment, it's totally fine. We accept everyone here, right? So thank you all for watching. Until next time, not everyone, but I'm sure there's some exceptions to that. I always want to be accurate with my words, right? Thank you all for watching today. Until next time, I hope you enjoyed this video. Snipers out.